In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are going to check out Advanced Access Manager, also known as AAM. If you think that you know security and WordPress is secure as you can possibly make it out of the box, then this plugin is going to tell you otherwise. It's going to take the security of your WordPress website to a whole new level. Even if you are a seasoned WordPress security veteran, there are things that this plugin is going to teach you and show you based on what I've read and based on my conversations with the founder, Vasil, and listening to him on various podcasts like WP Plugins A to Z. A to Z, we say it here in the US. He was on that podcast recently talking about the benefits of this plugin. If you want to go check out that podcast episode, but whether it's listening to Vasil talk on podcasts or talking to him online with our various chats that we've had, you're just going to learn. Even if you think that you're great at security, or maybe even you're great at security and all that, there's just areas that we can do better. And we're not going to get into all of that in this video because we're just going to do a high level look at the website here, the company, and then we'll take a look at the actual plugin and the features that it offers. It offers a million settings and features and stuff. We just can't get to that in a first look video, but we'll install the plugin together, poke around, and see what's what. Okay. Before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping. First look videos cover products and services we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their product or service for the very first time. These videos show potential users or customers our initial experience with the product, or the service, anything that we want to share about our experience. These videos are unedited. We simply click record and publish. These videos contain no affiliate links in the description. We're not sponsored or paid to create these videos. If you would like videos like this or other types of videos created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free lifetime partner membership. And AAM and Vasil are a partner of InfluenceWP. So if you go over to the influencewp.com/deals page, and you can check out a special deal that they are offering. Okay, let's go ahead and poke around the website here. Again, AAM, the website is aamportal.com. Okay. All right, so as we see here at the very top, identify users with elevated privileges, validate WordPress core role integrity, detect elevated roles, uncover hidden excessive permissions, identify high-risk content moderation roles, strengthen access controls, and security design. Okay, again, security at a whole different level. He's been in the game, Vasil's been in the game for a long time doing this, security and keeping this plugin going, so he knows his stuff. What else do we look at here? So let's go to docs. I briefly looked at the docs for the Everyone group, and there is a ton of documentation in here. And then for developers, I'm not a developer. So if you are, you can get in here and look at the RESTful API, JSON access policy, PHP framework, and so on and so forth. It looks like he has an affiliate program if that's something that you're interested in. And let's see a contact page here. All right, cool. The only thing I would like to see, Vasil, if you end up watching this, is maybe an about page. I think that would be really cool. Show your face on there. Show your smiling face on there with a little bit more, of a background. I think that would be your history and security and all that stuff. I think would be a really awesome thing to show. Unless I'm just missing it here somewhere. All right. Okay, so let's put this documentation over on my other screen in case I need to look at it. And let's just go ahead and get to looking at this. So I have the free version installed. You can just go to the WordPress repo and grab it. It is loaded. The free version is absolutely loaded with features. So we've got that going here. And the reason that I've got the premium version, which is why we're really here. I haven't activated it yet, so we're going to do that together. But I also want to see what the free version is going to tell us. Like, is it going to tell us to upgrade so we can see that. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and on the left-hand side in our WordPress menu and go to AAM. And let's just see what we see. Okay, right off the bat, we've got a welcome screen. I'm not sure what the role coupon affiliate means. But anyway, I did read that there is a security audit feature. So we see that over here in the top right. Run your first security audit now and uncover hidden vulnerabilities, elevated privileges, and broken access controls before they become a threat. All right, let's go ahead and run that. This is just a test site. So it's just a test site. So I haven't done anything for security. So you're actually going to be looking at like WordPress out of the box for the most part, because we've just got the default 2025 theme installed. All plugins are deactivated except for AAM. As far as users, I have a couple test authors here, and other than that, I've just got my administrator account. Okay, so let's see what we see. I'm going to click run first security scan. Okay, let's see. This automated security scan will conduct a series of checks to verify and okay. It looks like there's a link here if you want to understand how this all works. Okay, that's cool. All right, so let's look at a couple of these. Verify WordPress core roles integrity. Okay, so let's actually look at where we've got some fails. We've got a couple of warnings and then we've got some fails. So it failed on detect high privilege roles. If we expand that, roles with high level privileges carry significant risk. Users with access to core settings. Detected issue critical. Detected high privilege role. Editor with, okay. I guess that's my administrator account. So let's go over here. Let's go over here and create a new user. We're going to do a new admin user. Okay, so now we have two admins. Let's rerun this scan and let's see if that one jumps to a 2. Okay, it did not. So I'm not really sure, but my score did drop down. So I'm now at a 37. Maybe you just, yeah, I'm not really sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like this should say should say 2 in here. So it's saying, okay, let's start at the first one. Detect high privilege critical. Detected high privilege role editor. Okay, then this next one, okay, then it's identifying that test admin and what the capabilities are. This next one, shop manager. So I guess it's because you have the administrator role, you're just going to go and get all these other roles, and that's what it's telling you. So this one is detected elevated user account. Okay, here's where it's saying you've got 2 admin level. Okay. So it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily need to tell you that you've got 2 critical. It's just 1 critical, and then they break it down when you drill down further. Then we've got another one, flag elevated privileges for core roles. We've got 4 warnings here. Okay. Okay, then let's see. We've got audit XML RPC endpoint access. So it's telling you that API is enabled. So if you want to lock that down, they've got, looks like a link to learn more about how to do that. Yep, super cool. So I like when security plugins like this lead you to documentation to help you solve it. They don't just like leave it open ended. Hey, you've got a problem and you got to figure it out. Go do a search or whatever, try to figure it out. That's nice. Okay. Check editable file system permissions. Warning, detected potentially writable file system. And then they give you the warning of why that's a problem, what areas they check. We've got another learn more link. Awesome. Okay, really, really cool. So that's the security scan, and and that's obviously we're in the free version here, so that's included in there. And we have executive summary. Let's click on that. So I'm guessing this is like if you want to send it off to a potential your clients or something like that, or whatever. So let's click that. So maybe it's like a less geeky report that you can send off to your client or potential customer, or maybe you're doing an audit for a potential customer, potential client. Okay, or just for yourself if you just want a high level executive summary for yourself. Okay, so this is nice. So it just breaks it down in a nice bullet point format. We've got references. That is really, really cool. Oh, here we go. Schedule a consultation. So then if you need help further, you can schedule a consultation with AAM staff to get help with this. They provide a free 30-minute consultation. That's awesome. Okay. Super, super cool. So you could come in here and like you could copy all of these and like drop these in like your project management software or a task list and just make sure you knock these down. Very, very cool. Download latest report. That's cool. Comes down. Oh, there we go. So it just comes down as a CSV. So you don't need to go and copy. Oh, that is cool. My view is completely too large here for this. Let's zoom in. Whoop, or zoom out, I mean. Zoom out. Appearance. How do I get back to anyway, I'll figure this out. But that's cool. So I don't have a way to read CSVs other than on this computer. So if you have Excel or some other way to read a CSV, then you could come in here. It essentially creates a task list for you. But I need to get this. Need to get this view knocked down. Here we go. See if I can even get out of this. Apologies for this. Let me just Alt Tab here and get out of this. Visual Studio Code is way too large and it's causing me problems. Okay, there we go. Again, apologies for that. Okay, so let's go over here. We've got access. So this is going to give you an introduction to everything. And wow, this is cool. So we got guides. So as you can tell, lots of documentation, lots of guidance, lots and lots of guidance. Cool, cool. All right, let's go over here to access policies. Manage access and security policies for a coupon affiliate. I still don't know what that is. At one point, I recently did a video for coupon affiliates, but that's not even in here anymore. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, we can create a policy. We are not getting into this for our first look video. The moral of the story here is that there is a ton of very granular. Wow, I mean this is crazy. Very granular settings that you can get into. So you can restrict access to the backend menu. Wow, this is very, very comprehensive. If it looks like if you get into trouble, you can reset back to default. Okay, so let's just roll through these because it's going to take forever. Otherwise, this plugin's too loaded. Otherwise, and this is just the free version. Let's go. Actually, I wanted to see if we could find out where it says upgrade to premium. So let's go back in here. Let's just bounce through some of these and see if we can uncover these. I think I read under post and terms. Yeah, here we go. So you start getting warnings about what areas need the premium add-on. So I'm going to go ahead and toggle on premium. Okay, let's go back into AAM. Okay, so you can set up access policies to do all kinds of things for security. You can lock down the backend menu, all sorts of ways. Lock down the admin menu. I mean, the granularity of this is just unbelievable. Meta boxes, manage access, who has access to the classical meta boxes, the widgets. So all kinds of compatibility, like who can switch themes, edit themes, and there says there's 158 compatibilities. You can filter to try to find what you're looking for. You can, looks like you can create a capability. Okay, under post and terms, what can we do? Take complete control over your content, manage access to your posts, pages, custom post types, taxonomies, terms, and entire post types for any role, any user or visitor. Wow. So let's say a post, for example. Okay, we don't have anything set for that, but over here under actions, we don't have any set. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's click this little gearbox. There we go. Okay. So you can, whether it's you're hiding stuff, restricting stuff. Oh, okay. I got it. I got it. So post and terms. Okay, I got it. So you can control who can leave comments, for example, who can create a new post or page, or terms, taxonomies, who can edit them, who can publish, who can delete. Access denied, restrict. So you can't, on the front end, if someone hits some content or something, or an element on your page that is restricted, you can redirect them all different sorts of ways. That's the front end. And then the back end, it looks like you can do the same thing. Tons of options there. If you get in, want to do like a RESTful redirect, that's a bit above my pay grade, but developers will understand what that is. The default is HTTP status code of 401. You can show a customized message, or you can trigger a PHP callback function. Login redirects. Someone logs into your website, and redirect them to an existing page, to a particular URL, trigger a PHP callback function. Okay, same thing, logout redirect, 404 redirects, lots of options, API routes. So you can do, I think I read you can do XML, you can type in. Vasil, in one of his videos, typed in something in this box and it returned additional options. But the moral of the story is, you can see 475 routes. It's very comprehensive. URL access, manage access to unlimited number of individual URLs. You can use wildcard just to lock things down. Man, that is wild. So this is not just a security plugin. It's a content restriction plugin as well. Identity governance, determine how coupon affiliate, I still don't know where that's coming from, can see and manage other users and roles. Okay, so you can get in here and manage. Okay. So is it just how coupon, I'm still confused by so is this saying what my role is? So if I go into users, it shouldn't be a role. It's like something's maybe left over in the database is my guess. So where, yeah, that's interesting. If I go add a new user, yeah, see, oh, here we go. So it's stuck in the database. So this isn't an issue with AAM. This is just something that's stuck in the database. I'll probably have to reset this test site. Okay, so I would think it would come in here and it would say administrator, and then you could do all of this stuff. This should say determine how administrators can see and manage other users and roles, and so on and so forth. Okay, but over here on the right hand side, we have under access by role or by user or by visitor. You can manage default access visitor. Okay, very cool. So you get in here. So let's say administrator, tells you how many administrators there are. You can click on this gearbox and then you can set the roles. Okay, so then let's say if you want to lock it down by author, come down here, click the little gearbox, set those roles. So it's also a role editor. I mean, this is a super, super powerful plugin. Let's see what this little pencil does here. It's pencil icon. Okay, so you can change the role name. You can assign a parent role. Super cool. Can you delete a role? So let's say I don't want coupon affiliate anymore. Let's click this delete box. You're sure you want to delete the role? Yes. Okay. So maybe I don't have to reformat this site. Okay. So now it's dropped. Well, the cool thing is I don't think I have to reset the site quite yet but now it's dropped me down into author, which is interesting. Okay. All right. So you see what you can do there. And then what's this? Can you copy roles? So I'm going to I'll copy the shop manager role right here. Create role. So you're creating a role based off of a previous role. Yeah. Inherit capabilities from. That is super, super cool. Also, only once inherit all settings from selected role. Admin menu, meta boxes, redirects, etc. Man, this is wild. Okay, let's go over to users. So on an individual user basis, now you can get in here and do things. Define how long a user can access the website and what actions can be taken and then it expires. This is absolutely wild. What happens after the expiration? Log them out, change their role. Oh my gosh. I'm geeking out a little bit here because I could think of so many cool cool things that solves or things you could do. That's wild. Actions after expiration, log them out, change the role, log lock user account. So you think of like this also replaces another plugin where you're given temporary access to a site, and you're locking them down for a certain period of time, or giving them access for a certain period of time. This handles that as well. Then you can provide them with a URL. So this actually replaces plugins out there that are on the market that are just for this. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. Okay, what's this little lock icon do here? Let's lock next to author. Oh, you can just lock them out just with the click of a button there. So that's cool. All right, visitor. What's this? Manage access to your website for visitors. Any user that is not okay. Manage visitors. Cool. So you can set all the permissions up. You notice how this over here changed based on what I clicked on? So it unlocks more capabilities and restrictions and all that stuff based on what you're choosing over here. So you can actually, going back here to the users tab, you can search for users. You can filter by their role. Under roles, you can search for roles if you have a ton of roles, which probably not likely, but it's still a cool feature. Under visitors, just wild. Under default, manage default access to your website resources for all users, roles, and visitors. This includes administrator role and your user account. Wild. Okay. So under settings here, we now have an option to go and address services, whether it's admin toolbar, API routes, backend menus, hooks, login read. I mean, this is unbelievable. There's 21 services in here that you can tinker with. Access policies, 404 redirects, short codes, widgets. Let's go over to core settings. So we can edit our capabilities, meta boxes, UI tooltips, multiple role support, enable support for multiple roles per user. Again, that replaces a plugin. Default access setting. Okay, we'll skip that. We'll skip these other two. Those are a little more higher end. Content settings. Group pages with categories the same way as you've done with posts. So that's wild. That's usually a code snippet or a plugin to do that. Media categories. Group media library with categories. Okay, that's typically a plugin or a code snippet. So then we can do some geolocation lookups. Just there's different providers here. Just plop in your API key, put in a test IP address. Under security settings, we can do one session per user, brute force lockout. Config press, I'm not sure what that means. Okay, that might be a deprecated feature. Vasil, if you're watching that and you're still with me here at the end, I'm not sure what this is. I can amend the video description if you let me know what that is. This looks like it might be a deprecated feature. Okay, guys. I hope I've done some sort of justice here for this. This is wild, absolutely wild. There's just so much you can do here. So if security is important to you, and it should be, then you can see how valuable this plugin would be. I mean, crazy. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. I know I certainly did. Thank you, Vasil, again for being a partner. And InfluenceWP.com/deals, and look for AAM, Advanced Access. Just butcher the name again. Let's go back over here. I always call it AAM. So it's like, yeah, Advanced Access Manager. I keep going by AAM. It's just easier. Advanced Access Manager. Look for it over on InfluenceWP. Grab that deal and secure your website. Catch you guys in the next video.